Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractable, a Wood Elf production. This week, Bob has his gag reflex tested at the dentist's and attends a Nickelback serenaded PG van orgy. Wade gets emotional on tour after jerking and reveals he is a godfather of pee-pee. And non-musical Mark explains soaking, the non-thrusting, jump-humping augmented sport, and he admits he cannot swat to staying alive. Yes, it's time for Musical Memories. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Yes, hello and welcome to another episode of Distractable. I'm talking like this now and I'm pretty much committed to it. I will be your host for today. My name is Bob. If you've never listened to the show before, there's rules, but they really don't matter. Basically, I'm the host and my two friends, Mark and Wade, will be the competitors. Say hello, competitors.
Hello, are we also talking like this?
Everyone
I'm
talks
not.
like this now. Mark, get on the bandwagon.
All right,
I don't think I want to.
Come on, why are you being such a shit, Mark?
Okay.
It sounds very ingenuous.
Ingenuous?
Anyway, as the host, I will pick a topic, and then the friends, boys, the other ones will compete about it, and I will give points, but I'm not very careful about that, so I basically just pick a winner at the end. But they have points, there's points, don't question it, there's points.
No defense, but I don't think Mark is playing along.
Playing along with what exactly?
I don't know what happened, and I hate
I
it,
don't-
but welcome to another episode of
We
Distractable.
sound like used car salesmen.
No, you sound like game show hosts.
Oh.
Come on down! Get ready to win big.
Game shows in the game The Sims.
Got that cadence. Anyway, yeah. Hey, small talk. I had 2 teeth pulled yesterday. That's good. Go to the dentist, kids. It hurts.
You had 2 teeth pulled?
Yeah, it turns out I've been feeling kind of sick for a while, and I was like, oh, maybe that's maybe I was seeing doctors and trying to get stuff. Turns out I had a wicked infection in my gums, like a
weird.
deep infection that it didn't hurt. I had a little bit of tooth pain last week, which is why I made a dentist appointment. But then I got in there and they took an x-ray and they were like, whoa, are you all right? Yeah, fine, I don't know.
I'd love to hear that.
I had like a really bad infection. I guess it progressed so quickly that like it went from kind of sore to just like I didn't feel any pain from it anymore.
Yeah.
And it destroyed 2 of my teeth. So that's not my favorite thing.
You don't want to hear that when you walk into any kind of medical facility or like, all right, sit down on the table here. It's like, whoa! Oh, how'd you walk in here?
Nurse, come take a look at this one.
Hey, look at this.
Yeah.
Mind if I run some tests? Pull your pants down.
I mean, it was crazy. So they did not put me under for it. So I was awake, but they gave me nitrous, which I've never had before, which makes you kind of like super chill.
Yeah.
Really chill. And then they numbed up it felt like they numbed my whole jaw and my whole cheek. And I couldn't, when they finished, they were like, all right, we're done. We're just going to wean you off the nitrous and sit you up a little bit. And I was like, you're done? I couldn't even tell you had done the tooth out.
Yeah.
So it worked and they did a great job, but my mouth feels weird.
Yeah. No, I had an infection in my gums. When I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, they make you rinse out the cavities that are left behind. Not cavities like cavities in tooth, literally just like the
holes.
indentation. Yeah, the holes where it was.
Yeah.
So they give you this little like syringe with a curved end on it so that you can wash it out. Now, what I did was apparently something you were not supposed to do, which is actually stick the end of it inside.
Oh.
Because what that does is if you press on the syringe and it's like in there, it creates kind of like a little seal and it can rip the stitches because they stitch it closed.
Cool.
And so that's exactly what I did. So I felt like this kind of like little pop. It was like popping your jaw a little bit like near where it was. And I was like, oh, that was weird. It didn't hurt at all at the time. Sure. It was just kind of like a little crack. And I went like, that's weird. Next day, my face was swollen. You guys remember those pictures of after my wisdom teeth and my whole left side of my face was swollen? It's because I had a horrible infection from that happening because the water that I was rinsing out with must not have been perfectly like, oh no, it probably wasn't even that. The water was fine because it was saline you wash it out with, but the rest of my mouth is swimming. Everyone's mouth is swimming with bacteria. That must have been it.
Yeah.
I was on the couch for a week. I couldn't even move from that. I felt terrible.
Yeah, dude.
On the bright side, you guys should be rich with all the teeth you've lost, right?
Yeah. What?
Tooth fairy don't like adult teeth. That's not how this works.
Well, then at least your adult teeth came in to replace replace your other adult teeth, right?
What?
No,
Aren't we like sharks where we have like 7 layers of teeth? If we lose one, another one comes and takes its place?
I wish.
Are you like that?
I would hope so.
Have you experienced that?
Yeah, have you lost any adult teeth? Can you not even tell because they come back?
No, I broke a tooth, but it was able to be repaired with, I don't know what they repaired. They put something on there and there's tooth again.
Super glue.
Yeah.
A little cyanoacrylate on there. A little curing agent. You get it dried up.
Yeah, but no, I didn't get any of that.
No, dental health is very important and
Yes.
it can be very, very bad. And I already feel better. Like I felt like kind of tired and run down, like I had an infection, I guess, for like a couple months. I think I got this a long time ago and it just festered and it didn't hurt. And when the doctor looked, she was like, yeah, that's really deep. You can't really see it. But if you look on the x-ray here, you see this huge pus sac in there where your gums and bones are supposed to be. That's bad.
Gross.
That's not a good.
Do you not go for like the 2 checkups a year? Like I do my 6-month cleanings
2 a year?
every 6 months. Yeah.
No, honestly, I get really anxious about the dentist, and so I put it off, and this happens to me. The last time I had like a dental cleaning was like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah,
It's so
no,
weird. Like I hear that from so many people. Sorry, Mark, go ahead.
No, you're about to hear from me. Same thing. I for some reason really need to go to the dentist. I'm great about brushing my teeth, but even then I know I need to go because I can feel like what I think is the beginning of a cavity in one of my teeth, and I just have not gone for some stupid reason.
Yeah, no, that's how I was going to introduce that story. Was yesterday I got high and cried in front of 2 strange women because I had never been to this dentist before. They put me on the nitrous, which makes you really chill, which also makes you really like open. And while they were doing it, I started like shaking. I was grabbing the chair and my arms were shaking. And while they were, they're in your mouth, and it's that dentist sound of like scraping and things in your head. That starts happening. And I was just like, and they were like, it's okay, baby. And I was like, I don't know you. I'm just gonna cry out a little bit. It's fine.
I just need to cry.
Keep going. I'll hold still.
Let me cry.
And like I held perfectly still because I'm terrified if I move a millimeter, they're gonna stab a thing into my brain or whatever. But I was just sitting there, just like high on nitrous, just like softly weeping as they took my. It was not my favorite experience. But go to the dentist, because if I had just gone to the dentist like ever in the last 6 years, I might have avoided that.
I've never minded the dentist. Like when I remember growing up, everyone preferred going to the regular doctor over the dentist, but I was the opposite. I hate going to like the normal doctor for like a normal physical. The dentist never bothered me. Like I just go and I'm really chill. If I go to a normal doctor's office, I feel like my heart rate skyrockets. Whereas at the dentist, I'm just like, kick back, just open my mouth.
The normal doctor like feels your leg and like puts a thing on your chest and listens to your heart and your lungs for a second, and then it's like,
your leg.
You seem
What's
healthy.
on your leg.
I don't know. They just like touch you. I feel like
They
when the
touch all
doctor
parts of
comes,
you,
the doctor comes in and they're like, all right, now stand up. Now stand on one foot. Now how far can you bend your elbow in this direction? Down. No, down.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of pressure. You got to perform.
And then like you do it and you feel like you do a bad job, and then they're like, oh, okay. And then they write something down, and then they're like, you're fine.
I feel like one of those monkeys on the street that has to like dance and perform for them. Whereas the dentist, I just kick back, sit. I guess I could just lay back, sit, and open my mouth. That's it.
The dentist sounds don't bother you? The drill?
No.
That like
No, the scraping, the drill, none of it.
that shit in your head? Oh,
The worst part about the dentist for me is whenever they put the sandy coating on your teeth and like you feel the crunch when you close your mouth. That's the worst part for me. Is that
the what?
the polish? I think it's the polish they put on after they do like a cleaning, and like
it's
your teeth feel like you got
polish
sand
that
in there.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That's my least favorite part of the entire dentist experience.
Also, I almost throw up every time. I had a braces for a long time as a kid, and they do impressions, right? So they take the huge tray of goop and wedge it up into your teeth to get make a mold of your teeth.
Hell yeah.
That always goes far enough back that it triggers my gag reflex so hard. And they do not give a shit. They slam it up in there and they're like, all right, we gotta hold this for 60 seconds. And I'm literally like, and they're like, it's fine. You're fine.
Yeah,
Stop.
stop
Don't throw up on me.
complaining.
And I'm like,
You don't need to
60
breathe.
seconds of joy.
I had to have that done for a night guard, not for braces, but for a night guard, and I don't think I had to choke on it during.
I have a not very deep gag reflex. I don't know. It's sensitive. Anyway, good small talk. What happened with you guys? That's my thing.
I mean, many things happened to me, I guess.
Good things, bad things.
Yeah, pretty good things. Helped Sean with a thing. That was cool.
Great.
I did not know that he was in LA. Is he in, or are you guys working?
Yeah, he's in LA right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He didn't mention that. Didn't say a thing.
He didn't say a thing, do you?
No, he didn't.
Man, that's really weird.
Nothing. Not a word.
I would assume that if you were good friends, he would have told you.
I didn't hear from anybody.
Yeah, no. Usually my friends would tell me if they're, coming across the whole world, be within driving distance, maybe want to hang out. No.
No, I mean, yeah, no. I think your assumptions are correct. That's weird.
Surprising, shocking, even.
Yeah.
What's up with you, Wade?
I also didn't get a call, but I live further away. Nothing new. I've told you guys, have I talked on the show about how we had to get a whole new HVAC system? I think I did, right?
I think literally the last time we were going to record, we postponed it so you could do that, and then you talked about it when we recorded, maybe?
I can't remember what we've talked about or not, but yeah, we had new HVAC put in. And once again, the inspections are so weird. If you get a company that knows what they're doing, that installs a water heater or a furnace or an AC unit or whatever, like in order for the warranty apparently to be good, like the county, at least in Ohio or whatever, the county has to come inspect it and make sure it was done properly. And they give you a number, and then like you'll get a letter in the mail that's like, call this number. Specifically Monday through Thursday, either from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. or 3:30 to 4:30 p.m. And I called during one of those windows, and I got a guy who's like, hey, we got a new HVAC installed. We need an inspection. Great. You need to talk to the inspectors. Okay. Can you put me through? No. What? You'll have to call back. When? Specifically Wednesday between 8 and 9 a.m. What? So now I've got to get up Wednesday at 8 a.m. to make a phone call to schedule something with a specific inspector, apparently. So I have a 1-hour window in a 2-week period with which to call this inspector.
Well, you better not miss it, I guess. Damn.
Yeah.
Set some alarms.
Tomorrow morning, for those out there, I got a call. So yeah, I got to set alarms to call this inspector because apparently the number I called wasn't good enough and they can't do anything for you. You have to talk to someone specifically who's only there 1 hour every 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, they did warn you, so maybe you should shut up.
No wonder nobody has working warranties when the hoops you have to jump through.
Hoops, schmoops, right?
Yeah.
Am I right, guys?
Yeah, you tell them.
Yeah.
Tell him.
That's my life. Fixing my house. That's my life.
Well, good small talk. Solid
That
stuff.
was really, really good
Wade,
small talk.
is there ever going to be an episode where we talk about our lives and the thing that happened to you is not that your house broke again?
I mean, I guess someone could die, but
Has anything else happened to you other than your house just being a nightmare at all times?
if so, that it was so traumatic, I've blocked it out.
Fun stuff. Fun
Yeah.
stuff.
Or good things could happen too.
Nah, well,
I'm gonna have some knowledge of you having a baby.
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see about it.
Good old Uncle Wade, Godfather Wade,
That's right.
Presumptuous.
Yeah.
God Uncle Wade.
Might be the most presumptuous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, maybe God uncle. You're the backup uncle.
Uncle.
I'm bench warmer,
It's a
Uncle.
Uncle Wade. You're sitting on a bench.
Oh yeah, I guess it's it's fair to say. So we talked about it on the live stream that we did. This would be technically the first time in a recorded episode. Manny's pregnant, everybody. Yes, it's very exciting. Thank you. I don't mean to be disingenuous. I announced this technically on Saturday, a few days ago now, and it's just been constant everywhere, comments when I live stream, social media, everything everywhere. I do appreciate it. I just miss when my social media used to have things other than people telling me congratulations that Mandy is pregnant. I'm sure we'll get back to that someday.
What about you? What about your life? What about how you feel?
Yeah.
I feel good. I tell you what, having a pregnant partner makes you feel really useless. Guess what I can do to help? Bring things. You need a glass of water? On it. You need food? You need a snack? Got it. Don't you worry. You just keep growing an entire human inside of you, and I'll keep bringing you trinkets. We're both contributing.
It's nice to see you both equally carrying the weight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're pregnant. I get why people say that now. This is really hard on me, too. Jeez.
You know, as someone who's not a dad, I do have one piece of advice for you.
Mm-hmm.
When you change the diaper on a boy, be very careful, because as soon as that cold air hits, you have a fire hose that could go anywhere.
Oh, yeah, no, we're definitely getting peed on a bunch. I've heard that boys just spray it.
They really do. I remember as an uncle, my first nephew was born over at my grandparents' house. My brother went to change his diaper, and boy, oh boy, was my grandpa's favorite chair soaked in urine, as was my brother.
Boy, oh boy.
Boy, oh boy, was there pee everywhere.
Sure, it's great for your skin or something. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Pee is probably a great thing to have on you.
What do you think makeup is? It's just pee.
It's great for leather. right?
You piss? Is it good to piss on leather?
Yeah, you condition it. Make sure you piss on your leather couch at least once every 6 months.
Oh my god, I need to go find Henry Winkler. Fonzie, I'm coming!
What?
did he just say?
Where did you go? What did I miss? Did I have a stroke?
What did he just
Did
say?
we have a whole discussion that led to Henry Winkler being brought up? What happened?
I don't know, man. I really don't know.
When I first thought about leather was picturing Fonzie with his leather jacket and how I want to piss on it now.
God, that was a...
Okay.
even I have whiplash from the whiplash.
Whew, man.
All right.
Wait, you gotta slow down.
Guys, keep up. You've known me long enough. Keep up.
You traveling too fast. I can't go that speed.
I can't follow where you're going.
Yes, you can. Put the leash on. Put the leash on. Hold on tight.
Shit.
Shit.
Anyway, don't pee on your leather couch. That's gross.
Try not
that's
to,
a
anyway.
That's a joke. If you do it accidentally, no judgment. But just it doesn't do anything.
Ideally, don't do it.
Anyway,
Great episode, boys.
This episode of Distractable is brought to you by BetterHelp. Life can get you down. Have you ever thought to take care of your mind? You gotta keep the thing inside your nog in shape.
I'm sorry. Did you say nog? Did
Yeah,
you just drop nog as if that's a totally normal word to
He
use?
also said life could get you down, even though he's the shortest of the three of us.
Okay, all right. Well, I mean,
forgot
nog
how
is
short he is.
short
I
of
forgot.
noggin. I'm there. Probably. Good one, guys. But how can we take care of our mind? BetterHelp Online Therapy. Talk with a counselor whenever you need. You can find a therapist. Did you want to do that part of the?
That just helps me, internalize it. It's how I learn.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to understand why you would need therapy, Mark. What could possibly be so grating in your life that would cause you to want to take care of your brain more than, just the average person does?
What sort of dumb idiots would you possibly have to deal with in your ivory tower that you live in?
When you need to get a lot of sessions in, it's more affordable than in-person therapy. And you can get online therapy through your phone. You video chat, live chat only sessions.
Which phone, Mark? The man of so many phone plans. Which one are you going to use?
You can be matched with a therapist in under 48 hours.
What would you possibly need to hurry up and get a therapist for, Mark? You've got us to talk to.
Imagine you
Okay.
had a weekly experience with just the same two people that
So it's Tyler and who else?
Anyway, our listeners can get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/distractible. That's BETTERHELP.com/DISTRACTIBLE.
This episode of Distractable is sponsored by Manscaped. It's a fresh ball fall in the autumn time. Shave off those hairs. Don't be a mime.
Keep trying.
Yeah,
keep trying.
Yeah, try it again. Yeah.
Fresh ball fall.
Hold on then. Bob coughed during that one. Can we get another take on that?
We're getting the stuff about the new Performance Package 4.0 too.
Autumn is here and your pubes go by. Making this up on the fly. Use the lawnmower 4.0.
I feel if people hear the word making this up, they're going to think that it's not legitimate.
Talk about how safe it is too.
Yeah.
Waterproof.
Not winter yet because it's the fall. Trim the hair on your ball with the lawnmower. You got deodorant to reduce the stink. Shaving careful. Don't cut the pink.
I like that, but the hesitation.
Yeah, it wasn't quite 3434 iambic pentameter.
Got it.
And I just want to say, you haven't even mentioned the 2 free gifts that get thrown in, the boxers and the shed travel bag. You haven't even touched on the Shears 2.0, the nail grooming stuff.
If you still think that you need more stuff, 2 free gifts, a bag, the boxers. Is that enough? Keep yourself groomed from head to toe with the new Shears 2.0, a luxury nail grooming kit from Manscaped.
Did he say grift?
We can fix that in post.
And maybe I should also include something about how everybody can get 20% off and free shipping with code DISTRACTABLE at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with code DISTRACTABLE, DISTRACTIBLE at MANSCAPED.com. Keep stay smooth and fresh as we say. Sayonara, smooth ball summer, and then a fresh ball fall.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to need that.
Soak up the savings during Casper's Labor Day sale. Get up to $600 off Casper's award-winning mattresses. Get over 12 hours of cooler, deeper sleep with Casper's Wave Hybrid Snow Mattress and sleep 6 degrees cooler all 4 seasons. Explore your options at Casper.com and get up to 50% off select items like sheets, pillows, and more. Take advantage of these savings before September 13th. Stop by a participating Casper store near you or find your dream mattress online at Casper.com. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
You guys want to talk about the topic?
Oh.
I'm the host. I got a topic.
Right.
You want to move on to that?
Okay.
You want to do it? I mean, we could just literally talk shit for a whole episode, and I'll save what I've got.
Getting older and having kids, the episode.
Okay.
No,
Very fun. Oh, man. I can't believe that came up again. I do feel like I'm getting older, though. And that brings me to today's topic.
Your fridge?
A long time ago, a GMC Econoline minivan in the parking lot of a high school.
Mm-hmm.
It's waiting. Something's about to happen. Inside that high school.
Where the baby was made?
No. God. Inside that high school, innocent young Bob with his innocent young friends are attending a basketball game. We're all band kids, so we're all in the pep band, sitting in the stands, playing Chameleon, playing the fight song, Fight On for Dublin. Dublin will win. It's a good time. We all have a great time. I don't remember what happened in the basketball game. We probably lost. We sucked ass. But it ends, and we all go and drop our instruments off in the band room. And now it's time. The van, patiently waiting, is there. It knows what's about to happen, even if we don't. 3 friends and their 3 girlfriends at the time make their way out to the parking lot. We rode together. It's a big van.
Orgy!
You're
predicting. I'm going to be right eventually.
You're not entirely wrong, I guess.
I knew it.
6 young high schoolers, 3 couples, climb into the van, each one taking their own row. It's a 3-row van. There's a front and a middle and a back. We spread out. You don't want to be too close together.
Of course.
Turn the van on. Pump some jams. But we don't go anywhere. No one's even in the driver's seat.
Oh.
In the middle row, young, innocent Bob gets to kiss a girl for the very first time.
What is that?
His girlfriend sidles up next to him and then climbs up on his lap and looks deeply into his eyes. And Bob goes in for a big open mouth kiss because he doesn't know how it works. Bang! Their teeth clang together like 2 shields on the field of battle. Whoops! Hold on, wait a minute. That wasn't how I thought that was going. I thought you made out with your mouth open. No, idiot. God, jeez, this guy. Anyway, once everything gets worked out, Bob and high school girlfriend start making out, as do the other couples, like you do when you're in high school. Just 6 kids in a van, all just making out in the high school parking lot, like you do. Totally normal. This moment will be etched into Bob's memory for the rest of his life. He will never forget what it was like to kiss a girl for the first time. The weird situation of all his other friends all around him, everyone just making out, having a great time, going to town. And of course, the soundtrack for this defining moment, the song that will never leave, that will echo for eternity in Bob's mind. A true classic. Look at this photograph. Every time I do, it makes me laugh. What the hell is that? Seriously, though, my first kiss, that's maybe not my first, kiss. I mean, pecks on the cheek or things, but that's my first making out with a girl ever, is inexorably tied to the song Photograph by Nickelback.
I mean,
And I know there's a lot of meme hate for Nickelback on the internet, but I fucking hate that song. I have nothing against Nickelback. I think they do have some bangers. They're a fine band. I don't hate them the way that a lot of people might on the internet. But why is that the song? Why couldn't it have been a good song? Why couldn't it have been like Metallica or something epic? Making out and...
Do you not see how perfect that song was?
Well,
it's a song about looking at a photograph and memories, and what are you doing but remembering that moment to that song?
Yeah.
It's
Great.
so meta.
Yeah.
It is. And now every time the meme on the internet happens where the edit where it's like, look at this graph, and it's him
You
pointing.
think of your first kiss and the shield clank.
Yeah, the clank of the
shield clank.
So hot. Anyway, that's all to say. Today's topic is how
Making out?
music is memory. I want to talk about things that have happened in your life that have a song or soundtrack tied to them. Things that have happened that you've seen where the music was like just perfect, or and maybe this isn't a thing. Maybe we'll talk about how this is only a thing for some people. But for me, stuff in my life often has music tied directly to it, where it's like defining moments of my memories. There's a soundtrack. There's a clear soundtrack. It's part of the clearest part of the memory is often the song that's playing and the feeling that evokes for me. Another thing I remember really strongly is when Mandy and I were getting together, we were sort of dating and you know, going out a little bit. And at some point, Mandy was like, "You should come over." I was in class. It was like a nighttime class. And she was like, "You should come over. We should hang out." And this led to the night where I would say Mandy and I officially got together. And what we did was we watched the YouTube music video series of R. Kelly's In the Closet.
Oh.
And so, you know, that's complicated because of all that stuff that we knew about R. Kelly for a long time, but now is officially stuff that we know about R. Kelly. But like, we spent a long time laughing and watching those videos. It's very funny music. That song, I don't know, whatever that song story is tied to that memory forever for me. It's like a defining part. Is this a thing you guys experience?
That is fascinating. There's so much to unpack from that. I almost don't want to jump into our own.
Oh.
Like from...
What are we unpacking?
I mean, no, not necessarily unpacking, but just like the sheer steps going along there, because it was like not only your first kiss, the shield clashing, the van situation.
Oh, yeah.
Whose idea was it to get the van? Was it all agreed upon? We're like, all right, we're going to make out. It just reminds me of like Mormons soaking for some strange reason. And just the camaraderie of trying to like...
Of what? I'm sorry, what is that you just referenced?
Soaking?
Mormons soaking?
You don't know about Mormons soaking?
No, I don't know what that is.
So...
but it sounds like they were soaking. High five.
Basically, Mormons are one of many types of religions that don't endorse sex before marriage, right?
Okay.
So soaking is something that these kids came up with because it's all a bunch of horny teenagers, right? That it's not sex. And it probably extends beyond teenagers, honestly. It's probably like young adult Mormons who are not married.
I mean, unmarried, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, unmarried, who's trying to keep that.
According to them, it doesn't qualify as real sex if your penis is inside of a vagina and just sitting there. It's soaking.
This has a very interesting accoutrement to it. The Wikipedia for soaking says in the third sentence, this practice is said to sometimes be accompanied by jump humping.
Yes, that was my very next
which
statement.
Involves enlisting the help of a third person to jump up and down on the bed in order to create a little motion in the ocean without the individuals engaging in the soaking technically doing any sex movements.
Yes, it's just happening.
Whoa.
This sex is against our will.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Oh, it's like a sport. It's like, oh no, I'm falling. Oh, and my pants are coming up.
Yes.
Oh, I'm far. We just happen to fall in this position. Oh no.
Oh no, an earthquake. Oh! Oops.
Okay, well, before we jump into this, because that is a lot to unpack, if this is a legitimate thing and people do this and it helps you to cope with your reality and it's fine. But I hope you can understand people who may have engaged in this, or Mormon people in general, that this is a very interesting and kind of amusing idea to us.
Yes.
Not at all belittling it, but man, that's a lot of gymnastics for me. I feel like if you got
Imagine going to like the gates of heaven after death and they're like, did you have premarital sex? Like the first person to soak's like, no, I didn't.
Look at the rule. Look at the
Billy
rule.
jumped on the bed while I was just sitting there soaking.
It was like a drunk person in a car with like ropes tied to the steering wheel and a brick on the gas pedal, steering with like, I'm not operating anything. I'm just sitting in a car pulling on some strings.
Yeah.
Operating a vehicle while under the influence.
I'm just loopholing God. No big deal.
It makes me think that God is looking at humanity with a spotlight and just panning across the earth, but then you get caught in the spotlight. It's like some Metal Gear Solid effect, like ding, and it's like you're in bed, but you're not moving. You just go like, "What's up, guys?"
I can't even look down. It's like, oh, they're just sleeping.
Oh, they're just sleeping on top of each other.
I thought something untoward was happening, but
No, they're just soaking because there's another guy in the room jumping on the bed at the time. Like, oh,
clearly they're just taking a nap while their friend is having a frolic on the bed. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
they must have had the purest intentions by inserting the penis into the vagina. I'm sure they meant nothing by it.
Yes, yes. I should know. I made that.
So what does that have to do with three couples making out in a van?
So it just is like
Bring this around.
I'm bringing it around because it's like just the collaborative plan to make this situation occur reminds me of like these circles that I was never a part of as a child.
Listen,
You know,
you think it was a plan, then clearly you were never involved. The way this happened was we all rode together. It was actually my girlfriend's van. It was a big van. It was like a hand-me-down, you know, so it's like a family van sort of deal. And we all rode together because big car, multiple people, whatever, convenient.
Yep.
And not a word ever was, no one was like, not even the boys were like, we should try and make out after the we all walked out to the van and everyone just sort of looked at each other and started like taking seats in the van and sitting. And then like, just collectively, everyone was just like, yeah, fine. And just started making out with each other a little bit. No one said a goddamn word. I can't even remember how it happened.
They heard I'll tell you what happened. They heard the sound of a gong, almost like a shields clashing on a battlefield, and they were like, "Oh, that's the signal to start making out." And then they all started making out. So you did
You're
it.
saying I led the charge.
I think you did.
I sounded the clang of makeout.
Clang! Oh my God, it's time! Then they went at it.
I remember something like this happening to me at one point.
Do you?
And it was kind of a similar instance where some friends and I walked home from school and we were each with our significant others and we like were in my family room and we like sat down and like I think we were ready to turn on the TV or like talk about something and we looked over and so we had like a lazy boy chair in one corner, then there was like a same wall but opposite end there was like a couch, and then across from that there was like a little bit of like a brick, like where the fireplace was, there was like a brick thing that like jutted out you could sit on or whatever. And my friend and his significant other that were sitting there just grabbed a blanket, huddled up, and just started making out. And I looked over at the lazy boy, my friend that was sitting there, and he like shrugged and turned to his girlfriend. And then I looked at mine and she looked like around and looked at me, and we both like simultaneously shrugged, and then everyone was just making out.
All right.
Mark, teenagers just make out.
That makes sense.
At the drop of a tooth.
We didn't want to interrupt them, and it's like, well, we kind of wanted to do this anyway, so let's just all do it, I guess.
Whatever. Everyone's doing
Totally normal. This is not about me. Listen, it's a funny story and a fond memory, but the music. We're talking about music
Right,
here,
the
okay? You're
music.
stalling.
Making music. High five. All right. Music.
But yeah,
Music.
as a foundational thing, you guys can stall a little if you want. Does this happen to you? Do you feel like this is a thing you've experienced, or is this like a thing? Because I am a musician, so maybe it's more meaningful to me. How do you guys feel about this?
So it depends. There's music that definitely, like, if I hear it, is the question, is there music now that like brings up memories of the past? Because that's definitely yes.
Sure.
And there's like memories I have that are entwined with music. One example that we probably all somewhat share is anytime I hear the song like "We Could Be Heroes Just for One Day,"
Yeah,
I think of the
that's a good
tour. Like it's like my adrenaline starts going, and it's like I get the goosebumps because like when we did the You're Welcome tour, for those of you listening that didn't go to the show or whatever.
Fake fans over there missed out on experience of a lifetime.
Yeah, true. They'd be playing songs for the audience, and like the last song that would play before our like intro would kick on and we'd be like ready to start the show was the "We Could Be Heroes," and then like there was a little fake out, then the song would come back on, and then
It was a live version with a false ending.
yeah. But then our song for our animation would play, and both of those songs like have the same response for me. 'Cause it's like, yeah.
Just fucking, that song just Wade's rendition. "We Could Be Heroes." It's like very counter to what I
I don't want to like sing the whole thing.
just
Kind of talks it, so like
He does not. not. It's
We could be heroes.
He does
He
not.
sings
What are you
it.
talking about?
he does not talk it. He just sings it in a low voice.
I don't know. I think he talks it. But anyway,
We could be heroes.
It's not even that low.
point being, when I hear the song, my goosebumps pop
Hey,
up.
we could be heroes. Ba-da-ba-dee-da-da. Wow.
We could be
Just for one day.
heroes just for one
Da-ba-da-ba-da.
day. There you go.
Nice.
You're welcome. But that song, when I think of the show, I think of that song sometimes because like that was our cue to be like, okay, it's showtime, let's go.
Yeah.
And the very first show, I remember how nervous we were, and like as that song ended for real, like our intro song started playing, it was like, holy crap, it's happening. What do I do? And I remember that thought like coming to mind. It's like, you know this, you're good. I was like just consoling myself, and then like every show after, I had the same like goosebumps excitement, not necessarily fear, because we got pretty comfortable with it, but I still get like the goosebumps and like my adrenaline starts pumping when I hear that song, and like it brings back all the memories of the tour.
That is nice.
Did you have a bit that you guys did with anyone? Because I always pushed Ethan out on a rolling thing. He was laying down, and the song would be playing, and we'd just be standing there. And then there's this one part where Ethan would sit up, halfway up, and we'd lock eyes and just be like, "I'm a little bad boy, a little bad boy." Yeah.
I stood next to you too while you did that because I was on your side.
So you got to watch, so you got the benefit too.
Yes, I watched your bit
Good bit.
because
Fun.
Tyler and Mark were on the other side where Dan was.
You were basically alone. We usually had like AK or Kirsten, whoever was doing like costumes and props and stuff, over by us. I forget why.
Yeah, they were part of their routine. You weren't, Wade. You were off in the shadows.
I
in
was
your-
just
in your
there.
suit.
Yeah, I was not a part of the singing.
Just moping around with your butt rose. If you didn't see the show, none of this means anything to you. But if you saw it, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
Man, would you guys ever want to do a tour again?
Yes.
Yes and no. Like, yes. It was a lot because we would do like 16 or 17 shows in like 3 weeks. 21 days would be gone, and in that 21 days we'd do like 18 shows, which felt like a lot. It was fun. I mean, I would do it again, but like it was definitely exhausting. I remember getting back from those and being like, all right, I gotta record YouTube and stream again, and it's just like my body was just like, no, you aren't.
No, you aren't.
Yeah, I think I would say I want to be on stage with you guys again, but I don't know if I'd want to do a tour in quite the same way that we did.
All right, bitch.
Okay.
Fucking got him.
Yeah, no, it might be
High
nice.
five!
Might be nice to do some distractible tours.
All right, still not getting the high fives. That's fine, whatever.
Not exactly in the same state.
It
so.
was an awesome experience, and like I do miss it. Like I miss a lot of parts of it. I miss that adrenaline surge pre-show, and I miss like doing the like, the whole thing was fun. The improv and the scripted bits and whatnot, they were all great. Doing the Q&As afterward, like it got emotional on some of those Q&As, man. Like there were times where you guys would say something be like, "Oh, stop the tear jerking."
I love jerking you guys.
Stop jerking me. Oh no, not here now. Ooh.
You and Tyler probably jerked us the most, I think, Bob.
Oh, yeah.
You two were the jerkiest.
Yeah, definitely.
Big jerker.
Anyway, speaking of jerking, I have a memory that is tied to music.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah, that's very topical. So, not speaking of jerking, Amy and I were staying
No,
out
speaking of jerking, this is about jerking.
Yes, go on.
Okay, ooh,
Writing my fanfic.
interesting. Okay, all right. Anyway, me and Amy, we were out at an Airbnb out in the desert, and it was a nice trip. It was a little vacation, a few days, and at this particular Airbnb, they had a what do you call it? Big round black disc.
What?
Record player. They had a record player.
Oh, okay. Sure. Big round black disc player. Got it. I'm with you.
That was very real. I could not remember. They had a record player.
God, man.
And they had an ABBA record.
Ooh.
And so slapped it on. Amy has a picture because she brought her Polaroid camera of this occurrence. So there's a nice picture tied to the memory. But I remember it was playing through, and it started I think with more than a woman,
Yeah.
more than a woman to me. And then there was a fly. There was a fly that appeared just materialized in the space inside the Airbnb, and there was a fly swatter there. And Amy, I think, both has a picture of this and a video of it. But then Staying Alive came on, so it was literally me chasing this fly around the Airbnb with the fly swatter to the beat of Staying Alive. So I was trying to only swing on beat, which really ruined my ability to kill this. So just be chasing around like whap, Staying Alive, whap, Staying Alive, whap. I mean, just chasing around, sing along to it. It's a very fond memory, and I do like that a lot. I'm not really a music kind of guy either, but I just like really, really, really think back at that a lot. And whenever I hear that song, I think of that.
Isn't that also the song you're supposed to do CPR to?
Yeah, and I was trying to kill a fly to it. Sounds very counterculture.
Yeah, you can either murder or save to that song. It's a great song.
Yeah, it does everything.
Yeah, so basically, I'm not a music guy. I don't actively listen to music a lot. It's not that I don't like music. I appreciate music, but I've never, ever in my life built up a habit of like, ooh, I want to listen to some music right now. I can honestly say with a straight face that I'm just not that type of guy. I don't have a music collection. I don't have go-to music on my phone. If I work out, sometimes I listen to music, sometimes I don't. Like, it really is not an integral part of my life or my life experience. And both of you know, if I'm driving, there's nothing playing. Like, it's just like,
no, that's true.
If it's my choice, there's nothing happening. I'm listening to silence. And this is very strange. I know this, like, not common. But what is interesting, when I do listen to music, it does stand out. So the periods in my life that are guided by music often do stand out more in strange ways. Maybe the same. I don't really know.
I'm like a step up from you in that I'm very similar. I don't have like
better
a music
than me. Is that what you're saying?
he's
You're
better
taller.
than
You're
you. He's-
step up. You're a step higher than me.
Yeah.
This is some bullshit.
You're A tier and I'm S tier in this.
Okay, all right. Well, fine. Fuck you, piece of
I don't.
shit.
Music isn't like a huge part of my life either, but I have a little bit more integration than you do. I do have music on my phone.
Guys, I need to pause the discussion for a second. I'm sorry.
Oh, sure.
God.
No worries. I'll tell everyone how I'm better than Mark in a minute.
You think you're better than me? You think just because you're taller than me, that you get to say
Oh, I know I'm better
oh, you think you're better?
because I'm taller.
Oh, there it is. There it is, everyone. There it is.
When it comes to matching up to me, you came up a little short.
I was already dead. You could have stopped.
No, I'm stomping and spitting on your corpse.
Why?
The memory. I'm gonna play some music while I do it.
All right, fair.
Flight of the Valkyrie. Dun 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 dun. Stomp 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 stomp. And now you'll always remember that.
Well, I'm gonna come back as a zombie to the sound of what's the Thunder Mountain guy? Thunder Mountain,
Lester.
the Thunder Mountain King. The Thunder Mountain King. Imagine. What was
Lester, the Mountain
the
King.
Mountain King song? Is that
Hey
it?
there, feller. I'm Lester, the Mountain King.
I don't think in the Hall of the Mountain King. In the Hall of the Mountain King.
I don't even know what this is from.
No, it's another song that's famous, like the Valkyrie song. Oh, how does it go? It goes.
Doodly doodly doo.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's me coming back as a zombie to kill you.
I never knew the name of that song.
Huh?
Now I know what I'm dying to. Thank you.
You're welcome now that I know what I'm dying to. Maybe we're not so different after all.
High five.
Yeah, I award both of us 5 points.
I'll take it. I'll take 5 points.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Bob doesn't have to know.
He doesn't have to know.
What if we co-host the one he's hosting? And he doesn't
Yeah,
even
what
know
if
we're
we
doing
take
it.
over? What if we take over this one? He hasn't awarded any points as far as I know.
That's true.
Yo,
We've
you
each
wanna write a
given
movie?
one example. Huh?
You want to write a movie together?
Yeah, you want to co-write?
Yeah, let's go write.
Okay.
All right.
How does that work? What do I write and what do you write when we co-write?
I don't know. We'll both get on trains and we'll head towards each other, and then we'll meet at the center stop between us, and then we'll.
What if you write most of it, then I just write and my name under your name, under like the writers and producers line?
I don't like it. I
You
love,
love it. Yes, I knew it. I
love
felt it. That's
I
why we're
love it.
co-writers.
We're on the same page. We're on the same page.
It's beautiful.
Anyway, I'm gonna go spend $100,000 on cameras.
Do you want to spend 200,000?
I don't like it. I love it.
Great. I'll send you my address for the other 100,000 worth.
All right. You just want the cash. You buy the camera yourself. I'll just send cash.
If you send that much cash, I'll have to pay taxes on it. If you just send the equipment, I won't have to worry about it.
I don't think that's how it works, but okay.
I think so. If you give someone a monetary gift that's more than 10,000, don't you have to isn't it taxable?
Yeah, but I think like if you give them an item, isn't it if you gift them an item of that value, or is it not how that works? I don't know.
I have no idea. That'd be harder to track.
That would be harder to track. Let's do that then. I'll give you a briefcase with $100,000 in it that is valued at $100,000.
Okay, and over the next few years, I will slowly deposit into my account to make it look natural.
Okay, natural accumulation of wealth. It happens. That's the trickle down effect hitting you. It's trickling onto you.
Okay, should I hold my breath for the delivery of this case?
Yes.
It's definitely on its way,
Definitely.
right? This is not a bit.
100. Oh, 100.
100? Just 100.
100.
100. 100 poos.
You know it.
Can we make it 1 million instead of 100,000?
You it.
Great. This is really nice for me. I feel like I really came out ahead.
You did.
I will, though, right?
Yep.
Thank you.
Man, it's late.
I like co-writing with you. This is fun.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, hello.
I hear a
sorry.
disturbance.
hello.
Don't worry, Bob.
There's guys working on the house, and I thought that the house was collapsing, but it turns out they were just asking some simple questions. They were just like banging on the front door like something horrible was happening. And I was like,
Bob, rubber baskets.
yeah,
Well, we were talking about music. Let's talk about Bob's house. Today's episode, Bob's house.
Anyway,
All right.
Wade, you were saying you're better than Mark. Please continue.
We settled our
God, yeah, we went
differences,
through that while you were
actually.
gone.
Yeah.
We kind of settled all that without you.
Oh, okay.
And we awarded each other points.
Yep.
Well,
We both
okay.
got 5 points.
Well, you have no idea what scale I'm operating on. That might be meaningless.
It could be. Probably is. Might not be, though.
You have the copying my memory. Did you share any other memories, Wade? Do you have any other?
I do.
strong
I have a
ones?
couple other ones. So I don't know if you guys had like a couples song, but like I always had a couples song with my like each of my exes that was just like our song for some reason. And there are definitely times where I'll hear one of those songs like I'm just sent down memory lane. It's like,
He's distraught. He melts into a puddle of tears.
oh God, what could have been? As I shake my fist at the skies. No, but that's a memory that comes up as a pretty quick one. There's one that's never. This is so sad. There's one that's never happened, but in my like dreams it did, and so like I associate the two, and like I'm just always ever so hopeful. The song "We Are the Champions," like that plays like whenever someone wins something, like a big tournament or whatever. We finished.
That's the only time it plays ever.
Yes.
Never allowed
If you
to
hear on the
play any
radio,
other occasion.
somebody won something big. But I remember hearing that whenever like we played basketball tournaments, and my team finished twice, like 3 or 4 times in these tournaments. We never won one, but we always were right there. And I remember hearing the song play, and I was like, you know what? At least the Cincinnati Bengals will win one day. My football team will win. And I will hear that song, and I will have like the tears streaming down my face, the goosebumps, and I'll just be screaming, yes! And then last year we got to the Super Bowl and then didn't quite win it, which hurt, but was cool to get there. But like, I don't know, since I started caring about sports, which I guess I started playing basketball when I was in like 2nd grade, so I probably actually started caring like 3rd or 4th grade, just I hear that song and like I just am filled with like hope for a moment of like, yes, one day. And then like reality's like, maybe not. So I always have like a roller coaster of emotions when I hear that song play on the radio or wherever, or when it's played after we lose and the other team gets to celebrate while we don't.
It's a good song.
It's a good song.
It does sting a little when you're the loser.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you can hear it played.
Because they don't have any time for you. Which is just rude, really.
You're just in your locker room and through the wall. We are the champions.
It's actually a guy who climbed into the vent and is 3 feet behind you above your head, just like,
You guys hear that? No. Just
Open your locker and there's just a vent in your locker.
There's a vent everywhere you go. You see some eyes behind it. We are the champions.
No time for losers.
Blowing cold air on you, like, oh god. Get in your car, the back of your headrest has a vent in it. We are the champions. Oh man.
Sitting on the toilet, you look down, your toilet seat has a vent in it.
somehow there's a vent under the water in the bowl of the toilet, and you just hear like,
I look at my camera has a vent in it.
I turned around.
Creme brulee has a vent in it.
Unbelievable.
Oh god. If you look at your wife has a vent in her. What's wrong, honey? You got a vent on you, don't you? Where is it? Where's your vent? Honey, I don't understand.
You open the vent and there's a vent in it.
That's just another vent in there.
Yeah, you crawl inside.
It's a vent inside a vent. Ventception.
You're at the hardware store, you see vent covers and a cold sweat runs down your forehead.
One of the vent covers has eyes behind it.
You walk in and a judgy older man walks up to you and knowingly it's just like, you look like you're here about some vents.
It made playing Among Us really uncomfortable for me.
Yeah, you're at the carnival instead of a house of mirrors. It's a house of vents.
You look around, you see people everywhere, but they're not you. Who are they?
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Songs, music.
Yeah, music stuff. You know, you got Wade's wiping the floor with you, Mark. You got any?
I got another one in too. I got another one in the bag right here.
Good God, man.
That's why I'm a step above you, Mark, because music means something to me. What? Hello?
Hello, internet.
Hello?
Welcome back.
God, jeez. Yeah, Wade's a step above you, Mark. In every sense of the word.
Did you guys hear a voice
I
from
did.
like a vent or something?
I heard what I thought was a Whammon's voice.
Oh, what?
Whammon.
Oh, God. No, let's not do that. Anyway, why don't you like music, Mark?
It's not that I don't like
probe
music.
this.
Yeah, it's not that I don't like music. I don't want to give off that impression because there are certain pieces of music that I really like. I like a lot of game soundtracks and I like a lot of like classical music and like. But I'm not the type of person that's like, I listen to only Beethoven. I wouldn't even know the first thing about that. I like the Doom soundtrack and I definitely like some songs that they play on the radio. Not that anyone listens to radio anymore. God, I don't know. I don't know. This was kind of a thing when I was in high school and like I was dating my high school girlfriend and she would get on my case a lot because I was like, I don't really listen to music. But instead of being like, here's music that I listen to, it'd be like, what's wrong with you? That makes her sound a lot meaner than she was.
Then she'd slap you across the face and just throw cassette tapes at you.
Yeah, pretty much. But it was just like this thing where I was like, I didn't really understand what the appeal was, and I didn't really have that drive in me to pursue it. I just never have. And even to this day, like I don't go out my way and go there.
I find that funny because the man who learned how to play guitar and perform music on stage in front of people, what is that from? What to do with that then?
Yeah.
It's more of a desire to like feel that thing that I think I'm missing. You know what I mean? I feel weird for not doing that. So I try to like, I really do. When I was in high school, I would like buy an album and to be honest, like I bought, I knew my girlfriend then at the time liked Brand New, right? The band. Mm-hmm. So I bought their album and I was like, yes, okay. And then I listened to some of the songs and I really like some of the songs. They're very emo, but you know, I would listen to them and I was a teenager at the time. I'm like, it speaks to my soul. And then I would buy a different album because like, okay, maybe there's something to this. So I bought a Korn album. It was the one that had like Twisted Transistor and stuff like that.
Cool.
And I was like, hey, I went out and I pursued music and I bought this. And then I went to my girlfriend at the time and I was like, I bought an album. I bought Korn. And then she really was like, ew. What?
What?
You like
What doesn't like corn?
Freak on a Leash was the shit.
I really felt like an asshole because like, oh man, I thought oh man, and then I just that was kind of where it went. It was like It fizzled out. So it's a series of peaks and valleys where like I've never really felt the drive, but when I have tried to like relate to it and like get into that field, there are some songs that I'm like, hell yeah, I'm big on the Doom soundtrack. I love the Doom soundtrack, but oftentimes I'll kind of like have these repressed things about like, oh man, but I don't want to be judged for it. So it's probably like a few factors there, right?
Weird.
Yeah. What? Weird. It's so weird.
Weird, Mark. That's so weird. God.
Oh, God.
That's why you're a step below.
Oh, God.
You're a lesser human for your opinions on this.
No.
Unforgivable. I was going to say unbelievable, and then I had a stroke. I'm sorry.
Unforgivable.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
The other one I've got is kind of a sad one. Well, I mean, it's definitely a sad one. You all know Sarah McLachlan's commercials in the arms of the angel with like the puppies and all that, right?
Sure.
Of course.
Yeah.
My favorite commercial.
My family decided like,
whoa. We're going to talk about that later.
My grandpa died when I was like 4, and I don't really remember much about his death at the funeral, but when my dad died, that was like the first death I remember. My family decided that song was going to play. So like I remember we were walking up to like at the wake, and like that song kicked on, and then they played it again like at the service, like where they like would come up and say a few words, they whatever conclude, then they take you to the cemetery. I remember that song coming on. It was just like, oh god, this is devastating. And like every funeral I've been to since, they play that song, and anytime I hear it, anytime it's referenced, anytime Sarah McLachlan comes on to tell me about sad puppies, I just like I flash back and I just see the faces of like all my family in caskets, which is really sad. And that song just has always had that powerful, emotional, like just devastation feeling. It's gotten weaker over the years because, you know, obviously I've memed about it enough and talked about it enough where it doesn't have the same impact. But there are still times where it'll be unexpected that I'll just hear that song. You know, I creep around the corner, there's a vent, and just in the arms of the angel, and you know, then imagery, just all these imagery, just like flashcards going across my mind.
I'm sorry, I know it's very sad, but just like your rendition of that was much like your rendition of "We Could Be Heroes."
In the arms of the angel, fly away from here. You know, she talks it. She kind of talks through the song, you know.
She talks that song. Hey, in the arms of the angels. Hey.
From that dark hotel room and the endlessness that you fear.
I know your jazz man is just Ethan from a long time ago.
In the arms of the angel.
You know, Jazz Ethan.
Yeah,
Jizz Ethan.
Ethan.
Jizz Ethan. Jizz
Ethan. Jazz.
Ethan.
You know, Jizz is actually the name of the cantina music in Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
it's actually called Jizz. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, they
I
call
don't
that
know,
jizz.
but you didn't know that it is called Jizz.
Like that's the song title or the genre?
No, it's the genre.
I don't know. Just that cantina music is called Jizz. I'm not sure if it's specific in that song in particular or just like cantina music.
It's genre.
I'm gonna Google this and I'm gonna be upset.
Google Star Wars Jizz, but do not look up images. Just look up like the actual.
I'm looking up images. Hang on.
Images.
Star Wars jizz.
Jizz on
Images.
Wikipedia. Well, that's not a reputable source.
This imagery is not that audacious.
Oh, well, that's sad. I like the people also ask, what is Space Jizz called? Oh, no, it's Space Jazz. Damn it.
The Return of the Jedi novelization introduced the term jizz whaler to describe a musician. But the term jizz as a genre of music was not introduced until the publication of Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina 12 years later.
There you go.
Okay. The packaging of the 2007 Figrin, Dan, and the Modal Notes figures 5-pack full band describes their music as jazz. Like the real word that exists.
I feel like it's only in this podcast where we can go from like, yeah, that reminds me of my dead family to jizz wailing in like 2 sentences.
It's all music, baby.
This Wikipedia entry has all the places where jizz appears in Star Wars. And it's more than I would have thought. It's quite a bit. There's a lot of jizz.
There's jizz everywhere in that universe.
Star Wars is very jizzy.
Do you like jizz?
Let's put some jizz in your ears.
What?
What
What is that a reference to?
That's not B-movie.
Put a smile on your face, a jizz in your ears. I was trying to, Heath Ledger Joker.
You want to know how I got this jizz? No, man. I feel like I can figure that out for myself. I don't want to know.
My father was a jizzer.
You got some jizz in you. I like that.
My father was a jizz whaler. Go from the whaling club. He'd have all this jizz backed up inside of him. Anyway. I feel like that's a thing that didn't need it. Why can't jazz exist in space?
No.
Why can't it just be jazz? Why's it gotta be jizz?
No.
What else was it gonna be? Juzz? Jaws?
This guy.
Jaws?
Jaws? I'm sorry, do you play jazz? I love jazz.
Oh, Jaws.
I want to go downtown to a jazz club.
Oh my
Time
god.
of day, the jazz club's gonna be jammed.
It's gonna be jammed. What are you even doing here?
Are you jizz wailing right now?
God damn it. You know what they say, a jizz band without a clue horn should just find a new gig. That's all I gotta say about that.
I agree.
Yeah, everybody knows that popular saying among aficionados.
I've heard that before.
There are subgenres of jizz. Oh, jizz wailing is a subgenre of jizz. I didn't know that.
There are a lot of things that jizz can do for you.
There's many paths to the jizz side of the force.
Also, the music form of jatz, J-A-T-Z, was reminiscent of, or in many ways similar to jizz. Guys,
Not from a jizz eye.
Have you ever heard the tale of Darth Jizzius? It's not something the jizz eye would say.
His jizz was so powerful.
It could bring people back from death.
Oh, God.
What happened to him? His Padawan jizzed all over him in the night.
See, it was nice and elegant before. That's too much.
That's too on the nose. Gross.
Oh, my bad. Of course.
Fucking, what's wrong with you?
God, you ruined it.
So, Bob, music. Do we win?
Well, I gotta say, I feel like I set Mark up for failure on this one. You got any last ditches, Mark? Got anything?
I used to run a lot to Lady Gaga's Disco Stick.
I fucking love that song.
It's something about
I
the
was
BPM,
poker face.
something about the pacing. It was like I could listen to that song on loop on a treadmill and I would just keep going.
I feel that.
But that's all I got. That's like the last little squeak of anything I have.
Well, that was certainly worth some points, but we'll have to see how it all shakes out.
All right.
You know what? One regret before we wrap up, one regret I have is back when we were doing Drunk Minecraft 10 years ago, and we had like the Walking Dead thing we always did. Me ask you something, Rick.
Me ask me something.
The Lady Gaga song "Edge of Glory" was a thing, and I remember I came up with like this little mini parody called "I'm on the Bed with Lori," and it was Shane. And I really wish in some way I had made that an actual video way back whenever that was a popular thing.
I wanted to make that a whole
like I had
video.
this idea, I had this visual where then Rick would probably be like, "I'm on the bed with you," and like they'd all three start dancing like that. You know, like I don't know, that sounded more like George Lopez.
What a
Oh man.
I don't know.
what a niche regret, man.
I do.
Oh my God.
It's one I've had for 10 years.
That's a deep cut.
Man, it hurts me every day when I hear that song.
It hurts you. You wake up in pain
When
from
I
that.
hear that
regret.
song, I feel like a chest pain of regret from not.
What could have been? What could have been? You would have been in a completely different place if that had happened.
That would have changed the arc of your entire existence.
I guess it was Rick and Lori on the bed. It was I'm on the bed with Lori. I know Shane, you want her too. And then he pops up. I'm on the bed with you.
God, man, I'm sorry. I'm sad for you.
Yeah, it's one of my deepest content creator regrets.
I'm sad for you.
10 years, my biggest regret as content creation is not making that video.
Gonna be hard to come back from.
Yeah.
See why it haunts you.
I've gotten over In the Arms of the Angel, but Edge of Glory still haunts me to this day.
Poor guy can't even say it.
I can't.
Say the name of the title. On the bed with glory. The bed. What would be the title of the song? The bed with glory.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Say, Wade, you had a strong lead up until that point, but
I know. I deserve to have points
that
deducted.
cost you, man. That cost you.
such a terrible decision. Really got to deduct something for that. I feel like.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for participating. I feel like we talked, at least at some points, a little bit about music.
Oh, yeah.
So we pretty much covered my topic.
Oh, yeah.
I am looking over the points now, and I gotta say, the unbelievably embarrassing failure that you just revealed to us by not making that music video a reality, Wade,
Yeah.
wasn't enough to take the win away. You win, sir.
I've done it!
Yep. All right. That's fair.
I do feel like this one was kind of skewed against you, Mar. I really didn't know that about you. I think that's interesting because you strike me as you care so much about sound in the context of like making in space and all the things you make. You're so careful and thoughtful about the soundscape, but that's not music.
Yeah.
So I never thought about the idea that you might, people are allowed to not have music be like a central part of their memories or their life or whatever, and that's interesting. But I do feel like I screwed you on that one a little bit.
No, it's okay. I did my best effort, and it just wasn't good enough, which is a theme throughout my life, and I get it.
I don't know, Marky. You're a freak.
Wow. We're going to talk about all of that later.
Okay, I was trying to do the Christy wake up. I was trying to set it up.
I don't know what that is.
You got a victory speech, Wade? You want to rub it in?
Mark don't like this. Thank you all for allowing me to be the music man to your ears.
You're welcome.
Great.
You kind of gave a loser speech already, Mark. You got any wisdom? Any words?
Music lives within our souls and exists throughout our very being. We extend ourselves throughout the world in the music that we share. In our ears and out your ass, blow it up and eat some grass.
Time to wake up, time to wake up.
That started off, I liked it, and then it went to a place where I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it.
It's a loser's speech. That's what it's for. I'm just staring at vents all day, hearing music creeping through them.
Anyway, congratulations.
Like
Wade.
this, Christy. Jesus takes Christy. Christy, wake up.
What are you doing?
Ooh, what happened?
I don't know why. That just made me lose my shit because I was like, all right, I'm just gonna rat. And Wade is just like, I don't like this.
I was listening to the song.
Come,
Christy, wake up. I don't like
I was
this.
listening to Shakira one of the other episodes, so I decided to listen to some music for this one.
Oh, you're not allowed to like Shakira anymore. She's in trouble.
Oh.
Hate to break that to you, but she's a criminal.
Conspiracy theory. She's being framed. She would
She's
never.
a criminal?
All right, well, that'll be the topic for the next episode, Wade's Shakira episode.
Next episode,
All right.
we will defend Shakira and we will make a flawless plan to save her life.
Okay.
Well, you can. Let's not commit to anything. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Distractable. Make sure you go and find Mark at Markiplier,
Yes.
Wade at Lord Minion 777 or Minion 777, me at MySkerm on places. We all do streaming and the YouTube and the whatnot. And yeah, make sure you check out the merch at store.distractablepodcast.com and make sure you follow so that you get a notification on your phone when the new episodes come out. Thank you everybody for listening. Thank you competitors for competing. And that's gonna be it for this bad boy. Podcast out.